What's up? How you doing? Great to see you. I'm so glad to be back here. Want to do something a little bit different tonight. One of my favorite things to do is get a little peek into other people's world and see the space that they work in. So I want to show you my office or home studio or whatever you want to call it. This is where I create. I'm a big believer that you should enjoy the space that you're in, whether you've got a bunch of art to put up on the walls or have a cubicle and you can only control certain aspects of it. One of the first jobs that I had as a designer, I was actually working inside of the kids' church portion of the church that I was on staff at, and they had a little like tiki hut in the room where they had their store, and I set up my desk inside the tiki hut because nobody else knew how to find me most of the week. But it was one of those things, I couldn't control a lot of aspects of it, but I got some lamps in there, it was dark, it was quiet, I was excited to work. So I hope that this video makes you want to take that next little step to make your space that much more productive and inspiring, and I don't know another word other than inspiring to be in. One thing I'd like to stress is you don't have to spend a ton to have a great setup or at least get some nice things. Every print on this wall was $50 or less. Most of these frames are from IKEA or Hobby Lobby, half price. And there's some pennants, all pretty cheap. I'm a big believer in highlighting milestones along the way and baking in little rewards for yourself. This print I bought the first time somebody who didn't know me already hired Bright Cold to do a t-shirt. Thanks, Adam West. You the bomb. It's got a dog pooping on it. Equipment-wise, I keep it pretty simple. For my design work, I'm on a MacBook Pro over here, hooked up to an Apple Cinema display. It's super old, got it on sale, and then a iPad, and then the regular Mighty Mouse. So nothing too crazy there. As far as video goes, so you should know, I've only been in this video world for about 6 months now, everything that I know and have learned about it. So pardon the terrible lighting and audio, especially in some of those earlier videos, and maybe even this one, I don't know. So I'm really going for best bang for the buck on equipment. I'll drop a link to the light. I've got two of these guys, the Favatech, I think, and then a Yeti Blue mic for like podcast audio. This honestly probably took more work than it was worth, but it makes me really happy. All these lamps on my desk are daisy chained together to this switch right here. I'm probably way too proud of this lantern. Found it or bought it at a whatever it's called, an antique shop or whatever they're called, and a pawn shop maybe, I don't know, whatever. Mostly because that logo is sick. But then I gutted it and actually wired up a light bulb inside of there myself. Yep, that's right, I'm basically an electrician. I love plants, but I always end up killing them. Old Keith here's a trooper. I got him at IKEA and he's still rocking. I love reading. If you ever want recommendations, hit me up. There's a ton of biographies and principal books on design and other stuff. If you want them, let me know. Also, I've got some other stuff that I found in here earlier. I'm probably one of the last remaining dinosaurs that has physical CDs in my office anywhere, including the Prince of Egypt soundtrack. And this is a real good one. I Work 08. I just looked it up and I have an email receipt from these in 2011. I think this was the first time I actually spent money on art. This desk is where I actually spent a lot of years working in our main living room area in our old house before I got this office. And now it serves as kind of like a secondary workspace. It's really nice to have, at least for me anyway, I like to have like a different place to put my butt when I'm stuck on something, and I'll come over here and work for a day or two and kind of just change the scenery, shake things up a little bit. And it's a nice place to stack up bills and paperwork that haven't been done yet, or laundry that needs to go get put up. Also, whenever I'm writing thank you cards to folks after I have a phone call with them, this is where I do that. So I've got like all my stickers and then postcards that I'll send out to folks. And obviously, my hats. For those of you that know me at all, like, you know, I love wearing hats. I've loved it since I was like 5 or 6 years old. These are just the heavy hitters. I've got more in the closet and other parts of the house, but I mean, we're not gonna get into all that stuff. And then right behind me here is a Jurassic Park print by Francavelli, and it is one of my favorite things ever. This is another one of those where I rewarded myself after I hit a big milestone goal that I didn't think I would be able to do. And so I shelled out more money than I was comfortable with at the time and got it framed correctly and all that kind of good stuff. And it, honestly, I haven't regretted it. I see it every day when I'm working and I love it. It brings me so much joy. I'm not really big in on like toys and knickknacks and really anything sitting around that doesn't serve a real purpose. But I keep these guys because one, they were hard to get a hold of. They're from MailChimp. They did and it's kind of an inspiration piece because they did a brilliant job marketing. They had a secret website where you could all this stuff was free, but you had to kind of refresh it daily to keep up. And they would launch new little, I think they call them Freddy, little MailChimp, that's their mascot. And they would drop these guys just at random throughout the year. So you had to pay attention. And I said, this is just a brilliant bit of marketing. I mean, I don't know how much it cost them to make these guys. Obviously, that's a software company. They got a little bit more expendable marketing budget. But like, I don't know. Just something kind of captured my imagination about doing that style of advertising. And so I keep them around as a little reminder. Free print, free print, free print, free pennant. This shelf was actually free. My neighbor was throwing it out. I found it on the side of the road and I grabbed it and put it on my wall. Also, in case you were wondering, yes, my wife and I did get bobbleheads made when we got married to put on our cake. One of my most recent upgrades to the office is actually this backdrop system right here. So you video cats and photo guys might already be all over this, but this is a Varipole system. It allows me to, through, I don't know if you can see it right here, through pressure, just lock the pole in to the floor and the ceiling without actually drilling holes and attaching something. And then these are all taped up right now, but just using these pulleys, I can pull down the different sheets and colors that I want and swap those out over time. Some would argue I should have invested in a camera before I do this. I'm still shooting on an iPhone, but I feel like this packs a punch, and this and the lights pack a punch in a way that having a video quality that's 20% better maybe doesn't come through as well. But I don't know, that's just me. And my diaper changing station for poopy butts. Well, folks, that about does it. Thanks for hanging out with me and exploring my space. Like I said, I've surrounded myself over the years with things that I love and make me excited to work every day. And I'd love to hear what you think in the comments, or if you have any questions, I'm an open book. Till next time.